Hello and welcome everyone to a very special live event here at the Rad Company YouTube channel where you're getting exactly what you didn't ask for. Welcome. So my name's Anthony and occasionally I clean cars here on the Rad Company YouTube channel, and we decided to change things up for a live video and see what we could do to really bring you guys in behind the curtain for something that, again, nobody really requested. This is really a video we've never thought about making before, but something that we'd kind of joked around about. And we thought if we can bring you in to some real world testing here at the Rad Company YouTube channel, this would be pretty awesome. So today we are in fact using household cleaning supplies to clean a car behind us. Now, we do have Dane with us behind the curtain in the ether, but before we do that, I do have to start it off with a proper YouTube intro, because what you're actually seeing right now is a YouTube video being filmed in real life. So this is 100% live. I'll be able to interact with you, but ultimately I still need to give a polished version of this to the general audience. So let's try it, right? Can we do this together? So I think I'm going to start off with a windy day. I got this fan over here in front of me making some noise, but let's get this over with so I can get this maid outfit off. So ready in 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, Anthony of the Rad Company, and in today's exciting video, we're going to be detailing a car with household cleaning products. Let's do it. How was that? Guys, you think it was good?
I like that. That was
nice. You like that?
Yeah.
Oh, Dane.
You did good.
How long have you been there watching this?
The whole time, actually.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I've been chilling with chat, just waiting for things to get started. But you know what? That brings up a good point, actually. I want to take a moment. I'm going to steal your thunder a little. I got to talk to the audience for a second. So, Anthony, you just you do what you're going to do. But anyway, chat, let's talk about this. I have some special powers today. I've been granted some new abilities. I've been given a little stream deck here. I can control things on screen. So I'm asking today you guys who are watching right now live to help me out. You may notice up in the corner, or rather, if I point this way, a like counter up in the corner. That's right. If you happen to get us to a goal, let's see, I don't know, somewhere maybe like 150, 200 likes, Anthony has to put the maid outfit back on because he shouldn't get too comfortable right now. He's taking it off. He thinks this is the last time he has to wear it. But if you guys contribute, you're going to make this happen. Yeah, that's right. We got a like goal for 150. That's right. So, Anthony, if the people manage to hit that like goal, they knock it up, you're going to have to put the maid outfit back on.
Please, Dane.
And I seem to remember you actually didn't have a piece. We're missing a piece of the maid outfit, and that's part of the deal. If they hit that like goal, you're going to have to wear that too. And I think you know what I'm talking about.
The ears?
You can call them ears, a bow. It really...
I can't. My mother's watching this stream.
It completes the image. So
that is staying on the floor. They will not hit 150 likes on this stream. I promise you they won't, because I refuse to put that back on. I told you 10 minutes for the intro. Glenn behind the control board over there. That's it. I'm not committing to any more. So, anyways, you can continue on. I got to get started on this thing.
You worry about your business. I just wanted to make sure everybody knew we're playing a fun new game today, because this is how lives are going to work from here on. We're going to interact more. We are going to be bringing you into the show. I'm going to be putting your comments on screen, but we have a fun new feature. It's going to cover my face a little bit, but I want you to know we will also have live chat appearing up in the corner here. So I want you to know that's going to be here during the course of the entire program. It will not be in the final YouTube video, but it's something that just shows we're bringing you right into the show where you can all see it. Now, I don't think I have to say this, but I'm going to say it. Y'all should be on your best behavior. I mean, be fun, be witty, be a little edgy, but, you know, let's keep it kind of family friendly. All right. Anyway, I'll bring you guys back in a minute. But for right now, Anthony, let me just let you do your thing. I'm all set. I think these guys understand what I'm asking for today, and I'll try not to butt in too much. I just had to make sure to get this out of the way at the beginning.
Oh, thanks, Dane, as usual, for the excruciating detail on all of that. Well, here we are. So the goal of today's video is to, first and foremost, see if we can clean a car with household cleaning chemicals. Now, some people would maybe refer to this as product testing, if you want to call it that. But I see this as being a challenge, right? Can we actually clean this with household chemicals? What's the experience like? Is this actually safe to do? And is there better products out there that are intended for this that we should maybe be using instead? But ultimately, I want to see if this works. I mean, are we going to end up with a clean vehicle? Maybe, potentially, possibly. Glenn and myself actually went to the store to acquire all of these things, and when the guy behind the counter asked us what we were doing, we said we were cleaning a car, and he looked at us like we were crazy, which tells me that there is a shift in the world, there's a change in the world, that maybe all of our videos, all of the detailing knowledge that's out there is starting to pay off, because maybe people are realizing that, yeah, you shouldn't be using household chemicals to clean your car, or maybe you should. I'm not sure. We're going to figure that out here live on this video. But I have a sprayer here, right? As much as I wish it was an IK TR1360, it's a ZEP professional sprayer. And this is a very common household sprayer. You can see it's got a OK trigger pull on it. It does not have a floppy pickup tube, so it's going to be kind of bad at an angle. But I got to get my wheel cleaner mixed up, because we're going to be doing this at least methodically, or as close to the right way as possible. So I want to at least show, if anything, how to potentially do this safely, but also talk about my experience through the entire thing. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and fill up my ZEP sprayer with a little bit of water. And then I'm going to come out here to the table to mix my first detailing chemical. I'm really excited about this. This is actually one of my faves. I'm not going to lie to you. Lavender Fabuloso. This is the official smell of the California Valley. Growing up in Modesto, this was something that I smelled quite often, and I loved it. I think it's awesome. So great for household cleaning. No idea how it is for cleaning cars and cleaning vehicles. So go ahead and pop the top on this bad boy, and oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Have you guys smelled Lavender Fabuloso? It's amazing. So they actually use this at the junkyard across the street to clean the floors. And whenever I walk in there, it's just a total vibe, right? It just brings me back to my childhood. Oh my gosh. Being 50% Portuguese, Fabuloso in a Portuguese household is pretty much a staple. And they have different scents. The lavender, one of my favorites. So we're going to go ahead and mix this in our bottle. So what I have here is about 25 ounces of water. I'm going to be throwing in about an additional 10 ounces or so of Lavender Fabuloso. So what that's going to come out to is be roughly like, I don't know, we're going a little bit stronger. Fabuloso in general is not the strongest cleaner out there, so like a 10-to-1, 20-to-1 dilution isn't really going to do a whole lot. So we are going to go more for that, I guess 2-to-1 dilution almost, pretty much, yeah, about a 2-to-1. So we'll go ahead and pour this stuff in, and here we go. We're going up to about this line right here, and then I'm going to call it. What's funny is I've mixed enough Fabuloso in my life to know that color-wise, kind of what I'm looking for cleaning power, and that looks just about right. Check that out. Oh, it's so good. It smells amazing. All right, so this, my friends, is my dedicated wheel and tire cleaner for today. So we'll be starting off with the wheels and tires. So we'll have that being my main wheel and tire cleaner. And then I also have a bucket over here that I have put a couple drops of Dawn into, Dawn dishwashing soap. Now, you're probably wondering, what am I going to use to actually agitate these things? What am I going to agitate with the Fabuloso? How am I going to clean the tires? Well, that's where we're going to have some fun with it. This right here is a very abrasive brush. Horrible. One of the worst brushes I've ever felt in my entire life. I would even say that this is haunting. I'm going to use this on the tires because I feel like that's probably the safest thing to use it on. I wouldn't probably use it on anything with paint. But this is essentially pure sandpaper. And you can pick this up at your local hardware store. And yeah, but I do see people online sometimes using something like this to clean their wheels. And I go, oh, don't do that. We have this. For the actual wheel cleaning itself, I'm going to be using a small sponge here, but I'm going to be using the safe side of the sponge, not the abrasive side. And we're just going to be dunking this in there. And this is essentially going to be my replacement for maybe my Ultra Wool Wheel Mitt or my Ultra Cyclone Wheel Mitt. And I'm just going to use this as my main cleaner. So I have this, and then this is bad. My toilet brush, also known as my wheelbarrow brush. Now, I did opt for the softest toilet cleaning brush I could find. So this is less abrasive than this, believe it or not. It's not super harsh, but what I liked is that this is the premium version. And so this one does have the ability to, you can detach the head for different things if you want. If you want to go in there handheld, you can. Or you can snap that bad boy in, and yeah, it feels pretty good. You even got grip points on there for ergonomics. So we're going to go ahead and set this inside the bucket. So, oh, this is tough. Barrel brush. I don't like the way that plopped in there. Wheel cleaner. Tire cleaning brush. And then we're going to grab our Lavender Fabuloso. Dane, what are you thinking so far? Am I on the right path here? I think I'm doing this right. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you're doing a pretty good job. I'm just popping in the corner here just to tell you, keep it up. You're doing a great job. I'm talking with the chat right now. I'm popping in there. We'll get the chat back on screen here in a minute, but we're kind of dialing out some of the intricacies of it because this is new for us, right? We're trying all kinds of stuff.
Well, so as much as I was sitting in a Viper chair, I wish I was sitting in a Viper chair. I'm actually just sitting in a office chair that had the back taken off of it. It works. It's okay. It does the job, but I do wish I was sitting in a much more ergonomic Viper chair. So what I'm going to do here is, since we are going to be using the pressure washer and foam cannon, we're going to be able to have some fun with this with essentially still spraying water, right? So that's a good thing. We could be using a garden hose. We could be using like a little, adjustable nozzle one, but we figured we at least want a couple nice amenities in this excruciating process. So let's go ahead, move our bucket, our non-bucket dolly bucket to the side, and we're going to go ahead and pre-treat the wheels and tires with our Fabuloso and get a couple pumps here. Come on, baby. Oh my gosh, maybe I gotta. Oh, there we go. There. Oh, you know what? Okay, it's pretty decent action. I've just dropped my phone. And we're going to go ahead and start our pre-treatment here on the wheels and tires. And there's one thing that I will say about this Zep sprayer is that it can put out some serious product. Look at that. It's pretty decent. I mean, I've blown through, I don't know how many ounces so far, but it's actually putting out a decent amount. And it smells incredible. It really does. It smells so freaking good. So let's go ahead, grab our pressure washer. We'll rinse this off, and we'll see if Fabuloso on its own does anything, right? We'll see if maybe it provides a clean, see how much stuff is still going to come off on the sponge and the brush. But I do want to give it a fair shot, right? I want to see how does this stack up against something like Magic Wheel Cleaner from Koch Chemie, Brake Buster from PNS, Green Star, right, from Koch Chemie as well. We have Armor Detail Supplies wheel and tire cleaning combo, which is pretty goated. Is it going to be better than that? Is Fabuloso going to be able to do it? I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and grab our pressure washer over here, which should be turned on, and there we go. Perfect. Go ahead and do our quick disconnect. I don't think we're going to need our wand for this process right here. We're going to go ahead and throw this back in. What I am kind of feeling, though, the gloves, Dane. The gloves are feeling pretty awesome right now. Oh, crap. Yikes, watch the hose here. That didn't do anything at all. That literally did nothing. That was like, not just like ineffective, it didn't do anything. Let me process this for a second. Wow.
Wait.
I mean, do we go full strength with Fabuloso? I mean, what do? You know
Anthony,
what I mean?
Just go straight to the hardcore stuff. Just get it out there. Go nuts. That's what the people came here to see.
Okay, all right, Dane.
Yeah.
Okay,
I just feel like with these products,
I'm wanting to be diplomatic about this whole thing, right?
You hear all the time from like these short forms, right, where people want to get clicks and likes and stuff. They're like, hey, you could totally use this instead of that other product that costs more money. This is way cheaper. And then they use it, and it looks like they're like torturing themselves to actually do the same thing that just a detailing specific product would not be able to break a sweat doing.
This is the worst thing I've ever used. There's people out there that are using Fabuloso to clean their wheels and tires, Dane, and I would never pay for that service. This is horrible. Okay, all right. I'm going to take this. I'm hoping and praying that any of the Dawn that I have put into this bucket will give me some foam, which it is. Cool. And we'll go ahead and get these barrels cleaned out here. Okay. Okay, that doesn't fit. It doesn't fit at all. That is, it does not sound good. Nope. I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna save that for the rear wheel. That rotor clearance is a little bit tight there. So we're gonna grab our tire scrubbing brush here. This thing is extremely abrasive. It's doing something now. I think that's the Dawn. I'm pretty sure it's the Dawn inside the bucket, but you know what? Crap, I don't give a crap. Is it gonna work? Maybe. We're gonna see. This brush is better than I thought it was. It's actually doing a pretty decent job, I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna continue on. We're gonna see. How does this do? It's not super comfortable in the hand, I'm not gonna lie. The hard plastic doesn't feel very good, but agitation is pretty decent.
Anthony, I want your input on something here.
What's that, Dane?
I got Wheelie Good Auto Detailing saying that Simple Green is better, and he's laughing. So would Simple Green, in your opinion, be able to do at least this good a job or better? Because I know that's what a lot of these, like, you know, really cutting corners kind of detailing thing, if you want to do that, I hear a lot of people bring up Simple Green or like Purple Power or something.
Yeah, I think while, again, another option there, the one thing is that, okay, hold on. I can at least say that Fabuloso, I can attest to Fabuloso being safe on pretty much all surfaces. That's the reason why I'm using it. Simple Green, hit or miss, right? I mean, you can degrease an engine block with Simple Green depending on the dilution that you use. So in my opinion, yes, you could use Simple Green. You could use Purple Power. It's going to be pretty gnarly stuff, and with time, the effect of the damage will eventually build up. But it really, again, depends on dilution, depends on what you're using to agitate things with. And I'm not sure. I guess I chose Fabuloso mainly for the fact that, oh, this sucks. This sucks. I chose Fabuloso for the relatively the safeness of it. This is horrible. This is absolutely horrible. I got to do a good job of not getting that abrasive side on the glossed out areas. But you know what? If I get in here and do the dang thing, yes, it's a perfectly safe tire brush. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Glenn, I think this is coming out pretty bad. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to anybody here. This does not feel right. It does not feel good. Oh, I got, yes, Dane? Yes.
Sorry, my finger slipped, but I said, this feels like payback for the full send debacle, says Wolfsburg696.
Yeah, this is definitely Lucas's payback for me. So,
yeah.
All right. We're gonna see what happens. All right, I gave it my college try. Ooh, college squirt as well with that Fabuloso. Horrible, 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 horrible. That is the worst wheel cleaning I've ever done in my entire life. I feel like I actually made it worse. It is just, maybe you can attribute it to missing. I don't know, but look, it's nothing None of that came off. That looks absolutely like dog crap. All right. Let's move to the rear wheel really quick. And let's use our perfectly safe tire brush on there and our concoction. I really want to see if this barrel brush is going to do anything here. So I'm not even going to pre-soak it, didn't even do anything. Just going to go ahead and rinse that. Okay, all right. And then from here, we are going to take this. Fabuloso. It's so funny because when I was mixing it, I was like, oh yeah, 2-to-1, that does seem pretty strong when you talk about it on camera. I think I could have gone full strength. And it's just doing nothing. It smells so good though. It just smells amazing. I'm kind of wanting to just get it into the air just for the effect. There we go. Cool. All right, perfectly safe tire brush, Dane. You can find this available at the I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You couldn't find this at the Rag Company. What you can find, though, is you can find the Detail Factory tire brush, and you will love that. That's going to be a much better process. Okay. I will give it to it, though. Out of this entire crap shoot of a wheel cleaning job, this has probably been the best part. I really am going to attribute that to probably the Dawn in the bucket. And then we're going to take our perfectly safe barrel brush here. Oh, God. Horrible. Nope. Doesn't even get in there. Nope. It's just horrible. Nope. Oh, my gosh. Not good. Not good at all. Back to the old sponge, Dane. Okay. What do you got? Any questions so far, Dane? Anybody chiming in with anything?
Yes, I actually had a couple I wanted to pull up on screen here. However, I didn't want to interrupt your flow, so I was giving you a chance to do that. No, I thought it was actually a good, interesting point here. Ronnie Yacht really critiquing, we're being hardcore about this. He says, if it were truly using household stuff, Anthony would be using a garden hose and not a pressure washer.
That's true. That is true.
All right. He's got us on that one. But also, right at the very beginning, when we were starting this whole stream off, I got a comment here that I found interesting because I wonder how many people are watching this thinking this. RCG is asking, you aren't endorsing doing this, are you?
No, I'm not endorsing doing this. I want to see if it'll work. Right. I've seen some people, not some people, I've seen a lot of YouTubers out there in the past who try to kind of re-educate and say, hey, you're getting scammed by these big companies that are selling you detailing specific products because they spent the time to research it and do all that to make sure it was safe. And they go, hey, I know more than you. I make YouTube videos and I've been making them for about 2 months now. So I'm going to show you the hack that I've been doing that I just learned about last week. I'm going to publish it. And I'm going to try to convince many of you that this is the new safe thing to do. So then they do that. And then they get a bunch of people on board, like a cult that, just hate the man. So then they go, yeah, screw the big corporations.
It gets clicks and eyeballs, right?
We're going to show them.
It's all about making that noise.
I'm like, but
attention.
We're a mom and pop business. Like the Rag Company's like family owned. Like we're not a big corporation. And we're not trying to screw anybody. And they go, no, don't listen to them. They're just after your money. And so we're going to show you how you can save money by what's underneath your sink. And then they do it. And the results are absolute dog crap. This is the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And if anybody tries to convince you that this works, they're lying and they're trying to get views.
Man. It's not just about the results either. Like the results, you spend enough time whittling away at a piece of wood, you're eventually going to change the shape.
Yeah. You scrub anything hard enough, something's going to happen.
What I want to say here is, compared to just spending a little bit more money and getting a dedicated detailing product, whatever brand or product you choose to get that makes you happy, you're probably going to end up doing less work than what's required using these because these are not made for these purposes. Like, yes, they're designed to remove gunk and dirt, like Dawn or something. It's designed to remove, like food, like organics from like plates and stuff like that. Because, you're not eating rocks and dirt, hopefully. You're eating, meat or vegetables, stuff like that. So when you think about that and you consider what the products are actually made to do, cleaning off your car is a completely different endeavor than cleaning a plate.
Totally, Dane. Yeah, no, that's horrible. I can go ahead and confidently say that the Fabuloso approach for the wheels and tires does absolutely nothing. It's not even worth doing. Don't do that. However, if you want to use Fabuloso just on the floors, right, add a little bit of scent to your life, totally, go for it, right? Have at it. But yeah, that is not a good cleaner. That does not do anything at all for automotive detailing. The only thing I'd probably buy out of this entire bucket for wheel cleaning would probably be that brush, the Perfectly Safe tire brush. Exceptionally abrasive. So abrasive, I would never ever touch your paint with it. However, did it do a good job cleaning the tires? Better than what I thought. That's it. So I can confidently say that we're going to move on from the wheel cleaning, and I'll save those other two for products that work actually pretty well. But now it's time to take it to the next level. So we know that using a pre-treatment product is very popular. A lot of people love using pre-cleaning soaps, pre-cleaning APCs, especially coming out of wintertime, right? It's a good idea to spray the lowers there to remove any type of salt buildup, muck, things like that, right? Road construction, grime. So for this, I have opted for one of my favorite, like literally personal household favorite items. Dawn Power Wash. This is amazing. This stuff is, whoever came up with the idea over there at Johnson & Johnson, truly genius, because you essentially have gotten customers to buy more product of something that does the same thing that they've been buying for the last 2 decades. So from a marketing aspect, it's phenomenal. But it just also goes to show that people love foam, and people love things that foam. So, Dawn Power Wash. Let's talk about this. This is a combination of Dawn dish soap, right? Dawn dish soap. Say that 10 times fast. Along with a little bit of IPA, a little bit of isopropyl alcohol, and a little bit of water, or I should say a lot of water. So I think the ratio technically is something like 4 tablespoons of soap, 2 tablespoons of alcohol, and then fill the rest with water, and now you have the formula for Dawn Power Wash. Now, what I like about this stuff is that, honestly, I don't like touching soap and dirty plates and stuff, so when I'm in the house, I can spritz some of this onto a plate, rinse it off, does exactly what I need it to do, and I'm pretty much done. I can throw it in the dishwasher. So this is truly like a pre-treatment for your plates, for your dishes. It's the same concept as detailing, but now let's see if it actually works in a detailing setting. So Dane, what do you say I pre-treat the lowers, and let's just say maybe I spray a little bit on the wheels and tires to see if it does anything. What do you think?
I like that idea. And as an earlier comment said, let me pull it up here again. From GT Details here, if Dawn can degrease a duck, it can degrease a car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's true. Like my friend Greg once said, you can milk anything. Sorry,
that's right, Greg.
that's a Meet the Parents reference.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and pre-treat the lower parts of the vehicle with Dawn Power Wash, and let's see if this does anything. Right. So let's go over here. Let's check it out. Jimmy, join me for this. We're gonna go ahead and test our little spritz. Oh, I'm gonna open it up a little bit. Pump it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We'll go ahead and hit the tires again, just because I feel like that first time did not do a very good job. And we'll go ahead and we'll start pre-treating the lowers. Now, I'm actually gonna leave this second door back here untouched, because I truly wanna see what the before and after is for something that's treated and something that's not. So we'll go ahead and spray that. We'll go ahead and leave this as our kind of our control. And I'll continue making my way around the rest of the vehicle here. A little bit more around the tires. Now, what would be comparable to this? An IK E-Foam Pro 2, V2, the new version, available right now at theradcompany.com, which would make this process significantly faster, and I don't have to give myself arthritis in my fingers, because right now this already hurts. All right, we're laying it down, go to the rear. And pre-treat all this, get some of our badging. And we'll actually go ahead and hit these wheels and tires to see if this does anything more than it did on the other side. Dang, this is killing my fingers, I'm not gonna lie. Oh my goodness. You know what I feel like? I feel like, you know, in the movie Happy Gilmore, when they reference like the, you know, they're sewing things, and she's like, my fingers hurt. And he goes, your back's gonna hurt because it's landscaping duty. That's how my fingers hurt right now. They hurt.
Yeah, I see that.
And my back already hurts, so I don't want to have full landscaping duty.
I want you to give us like a real-time review, Anthony, with this foamer. This versus like a Marlex versus an IK versus a Pressall, like in terms of using any of those trigger style sprayers. So like in the IK case, a TR. What's this rank amongst all of those?
I don't know. It's
How's
like 30.
the range?
It's like 30 pounds of pressure pulling this thing back. My fingers are either going to be broken or going to be extremely muscular by the time I'm done doing this. My forearms, though, are getting a pretty good pump. Now, what I do want to show you is actually something quite impressive. Okay. Jimmy's, take a step back and look down. I hit that tire, and it is actually pulling some of the browning off that tire there. I think that's pretty impressive. So let's go ahead and see what it does on the front. Let's do this here. All right. Tire. Let's see how instant it is. Takes a minute. Oh my God, my fingers, dude, are killing me. I can double, if I could double finger it. Here we go. Yeah, that feels good.
Anthony, that costs extra, but I think you're doing okay. You're doing all right.
There we go. Okay.
As far as coverage goes, with each spray, how would you say the experience compares to those other sprayers too? Because I know it's designed for plates and pots and pans, not whole cars.
It's a great question, Dane. I'm going to go ahead and say the experience is not good for detailing, not at all. I see why ergonomics play a huge role in creating a good detailing sprayer, because I promise you that doing this, like this, at this weird angle, look at my wrist, right? It's just not comfortable. Doing this for long periods of time is going to definitely cause significantly more fatigue. So we're going to set that down because I think we are technically done with the Dawn Power Wash. And I'll give you my review here in a second, because we're going to go ahead and pressure wash this off and see if it did anything as a pre-treater. The tires are actually browning pretty well. I kind of had a feeling that was going to happen just due to the degreasing properties. But let's go ahead and see how this door looks. Get that tire.
My son, does that vehicle have any protection on it?
Who gave Dane a loudspeaker in the whole studio? That is terrifying. Lord Dane, I don't know if what I could refer to you as. I'm not really sure without, you know, I don't want to necessarily, oh man, I don't want to make people angry. Okay, Dane, what I don't know. Cloud Dane, what should I call you? Sky Dane?
Man in the box.
No, I hate that. We left that at TRC. All right, man in the box. Well, this vehicle does not have any protection on it, no. And I can confidently say using Dawn as a pre-treater did nothing at all. I'm seeing it actually start to dry up around there. It did not break through. It did not penetrate that grime. But we're going to go ahead and rinse this off anyways, just so it doesn't dry on the surface. Yeah. Tires were really the only thing that were notable in terms of a difference. But this thing is filthy. I'm not seeing any protection on here. Actually, that's not true. So if we take a look up here at the top of the fender, you can actually see that the coating, whatever's on here, is holding on for dear life. Just there. But the lowers here everywhere else, looking pretty flat. Go ahead and rinse that. Come around to the back here. All right. Not a whole lot, to be honest. I don't think it did anything at all. I think that I would have much rather you save that bottle of Dawn Power Wash for the dishes. My dishes. I would have taken it home. I would have stolen it. But fortunately, we have half a bottle left, or a little bit, about a third of a bottle left, and I can simply mix more if I were to find some IPA. So, yeah.
I don't think drinking is going to solve this problem, Anthony.
I hate whatever we've given him. That power that we've given him, I'd like to take it away. Glenn, if you can hear me, giving him that box that he can now talk through, the man behind the veil, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Moving on. Go ahead and rinse this off. So if you come over here, Jimmy, the tires did not do anything at all. That didn't clean anything up, not even to the slightest. Nothing. Nothing. I'll actually show you here. If I take my finger, rub that, you can see that the Dawn did nothing. And that was like a pretty thick layer of Dawn. So moving on here, rinse that off, rinse that off. Starting to think all those YouTube channels talking about household cleaning products are full of crap. And the people are just, will do anything other than just be marketed to, whatever you want to call it. They go, those people don't know what they're talking about. Those people don't know. I can show them. I've been detailing for 4 days. Anyways, sorry. Obviously, I have some feelings about the whole thing. But we're going to move on. Rinse this off. Get the rest of this hood rinsed off. And go from there. Dane, what kind of questions do we got?
Honestly, Anthony, it's been a good mix of people just kind of playing along, although a lot of people throw out like their favorite products that they would rather use that are a household thing. Another comment stream I did see come up was, well, okay, after you do this, now we got to shoot a stream of cleaning your house with detailed products.
So
I think that's a pretty valid.
What I want to know, Dane, is how many of those recommendations are people saying Simple Green or Purple Power, if I may ask?
Well, you know, I haven't actually seen anybody mention Purple Power. I may have missed it, but nobody mentioned that. Simple Green did come up multiple times. I did see LA's Awesome, the foam, if you recall. Yeah. I remember that one also. Were there any others that, you know, besides what you see on the table, is there anything you might have swapped one for another?
LA's Awesome would have been a good one. Dollar store.
Sure.
Dollar store chemical, you know, popular. God, you know, let me think about this. What else?
Well, while you think
used?
about that, Ron wants to know if you're going to use Lemon Pledge as a spray wax.
That's a good question. Actually, Ron, stick around. You'll see what we use the Lemon Pledge for. It'll make sense. And I believe it or not, I have actually quite a bit of experience with Lemon Pledge. I'll get to that story here in a little bit. But the WD-40 will have its own purpose as well. But before we do any of that, I mean, we got to get this. We got to get this car cleaned up, right? Yeah. Mix a comment. Oh gosh.
I hadn't even thought a comment.
Yeah. This is mostly to replicate the hacks that you'll see, right? So basically, literally hacks and hacks. So what you'll see is, on TikTok or things like that, you'll see people saying, hey, you know, let me show you how to make this homemade insert name here, right, of product. And they'll go out and they'll show it, and you'll get a lot of supporters. Well, people will be like, oh my goodness, I got to go out and try that. And on the Q&A, I think it was like last week, I told a story about how my wife had saw a video on how to make your own like household like air freshener, like scent, where you mix the Downy air freshener beads, whatever they are, like little freshener beads. You mix that with like some warm water and you dilute it, shake it up, and then you can spray it around the house and it'll make the house smell good. what she didn't realize is that you're essentially spraying like a wax coating along everything, on the carpet, on the floor, on the blinds, and it's creating this absolute nightmare of a situation to clean up later. But because you see it on TikTok, you go, oh, obviously, you know, these people know something, maybe I don't. It's not necessarily true. The one thing I will say, though, is that you can, in fact, make your own Dawn Power Wash with a little bit of this and a little bit of IPA and some water, and you'll pretty much get yourself close enough there to where you're going to have the same effect. And we're talking about dishes here, right? So when you start mixing things together and you start playing chemist in your literally your kitchen sink, right? You think, what is the outcome of what I'm using this on? Am I using this on dishes? Yeah. Dishes that are worth how much, right? You can buy a whole set of dishes for what, 50, 60 bucks, right? Versus using it on your vehicle's paintwork. Sorry, I should say, we should go this way, right? Do you know what your paint job is? Do you know what your paint job is in 2026?
Too much.
Haunting.
Horrifying.
Haunting. If you're paying anything less than $10,000, you're getting a crap paint job. So what I'm telling you is that when it comes to people who are like, yeah, I'm going to use this, I'm going to save some money, I'm going to use this on my paint, and I'm going to use this on my trim and on my plastics, please go to a parts website, look up the plastic, look up the trim that you're about to use that cleaner on, right?
Sure.
See how much the replacement is. Just do it. For fun.
Probably less.
For fun. Several $100s, $300, $400, $500, right? For pieces of trim. Mm-hmm. And then, again, calculate the paint job, and you go, you know, maybe it's worth spending a little bit of money, right? Maybe it's worth doing that. So that's what I just want to point out to a little bit of everybody before you get into this next segment. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and mix our foam cannon up with some Dawn dishwash soap. So I'm going to go ahead and go down into my foam cannon here. We're going to pour a little bit out. And as terms of dilutions go, I am rocking about, I don't know if you can see, about 800 mils of water. And we are going to do about 100 mils of soap. And we're going to see what goes on. Insert this, and we are there. Now, to be honest, I've never actually put Dawn dishwash soap through a foam cannon, ever. I have no idea what's going to happen. We're doing this together as a family, and yeah, I'm kind of excited. Okay, all right, let's get the logo facing the right way. Very nice, very pretty. And it does actually smell quite good. I think they changed the scent of Dawn probably like a year or two ago. I want to say they added maybe potentially some apple into the mix or something, because it does smell different than what I remember growing up. And it's very good. I love the smell of this stuff. So let's go ahead and attach our foam cannon here. Thank God for these gloves, right? And we're going to come to the side of the vehicle. Welcome to Dawn of the Foam. Let there be foam. Let us foam till dawn.
In a world.
That's what I was hoping for. Can we say welcome to Dawn of the Foam? Can we get that said through the intercom?
Dawn of the Foam.
I'd watch that movie. Let's do it. Now, I don't know if it's the Dawn or if that's the power of the Ultra H2O foam cannon, but holy crap, that looks pretty good. Look at the cling time on that. That's impressive. Let's keep going.
That's legit impressive foam you're getting out of that, actually. That's great. No, I am loving what I'm seeing there, Anthony. Keep it up.
It smells so good.
You're going to make everybody just stop buying detailing chemicals. Now they're going to make shampoo out of this.
No, this is not what you should be doing, but holy crap, does this smell great, right?
Yeah, let's wait until we actually see what it does.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, moving on. All right. So, yes, Dane.
I want to chime in for a moment and just say, because I got LZ Wood here saying, looks as good as any other car soap. And I want that to be an indication to all those watching that foam performance, just in terms of aesthetics, is one small part of the story as to the product actually working. Like, what are the results going to be? How difficult is it to rinse off? There's a lot of other factors. So I want to bring that up because I know some people are going to look at this and go, why would I ever use anything else to foam my car?
Yeah,
and
no, this is going to
actually a point to this.
Yeah, this, if anything, well, yes, the performance is good. This is absolutely going to strip some waxes, and this also has the ability to dry out your trim. Now, the degreasing properties of Dawn is real. I mean, we know that this stuff can remove oil, it can remove grease, all sorts of really heavy stuff. I mean, there's a reason why Dawn, when you get done working on your car and you're doing engine work, there's a reason why it works so good. I mean, it's able to cut through and penetrate a lot of that stuff. But when it comes to certain protection products and certain things on your vehicle, you kind of want those to stay intact, right? So when it comes to using something like Dawn, the cleaning ability is not argued, and we know that Dawn is actually going to do a pretty good job cleaning. It's going to be what happens to your clear coat, what happens to the protection on the top of the clear coat, what happens to your trim, what about your glass, right? Is there going to be type of staining? Generally speaking, Dawn does not stain glass. We know that Dawn actually does a really good job of cleaning glass and reducing water mineral buildup. But everything else, right? Your vehicle is paint, plastic, metal, glass, rubber, right? And exposed, constant exposure of Dawn to rubber, I don't know what the long-term effects of that is, truthfully. So I cannot speak to that. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to just mix it pretty strong, and I wanted to see like what kind of foam build could you get here through the foam cannon, and what would this look like. So this is just for science at this point. This is not for any type of cleaning ability, because here before too long, I do need to go through and start actually agitating this. So we're going to go ahead and see how much we can build this foam. Yeah, that's Ultra H2O foam cannon coming soon. Holy crap, that's some thick, thick foam. That's insane. Let's go ahead and get some soap into our bucket here, because we got to start agitating some stuff here. So I'm going to go, watch my hose here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get a little bit more of our car wash soap, of our, very safe car wash soap. Get a little bit of that into the bucket here. We're going to go ahead and get this mixed up. Oh. And I'm going to get my sponge.
Oh no!
This is not an ultra safe sponge.
It's not really safe at all.
I don't think it's safe at all, to be honest. But,
No.
It's just a sponge regardless. And this was your off-the-shelf sponge. Honestly, if it was shaped into more of like a dog bone, I would say it'd probably be more what people think about when they think of like an old school car wash sponge. But we're going to go ahead and throw that into our bucket here. We're going to detach our foam cannon, and we are going to start our hand wash process. And I'm excited for this. I am. I'm actually excited. I want to see what this is going to feel like, and if it's going to be as bad as I think. So, or maybe not. Well, I don't know. Going to take this, do our dunks. Yes, Dane.
I just want to interrupt for a moment. While you start working here, I want to remind people that we got to hit that like goal 150 if we want you to get back in that maid outfit. I do not want this stream to end with you not having put it back on.
I don't want to be back in the maid outfit.
I think it's very important.
Don't hit 150.
We have conflicting goals here. So if the audience is enjoying what you're doing, maybe they'll be kind, maybe they won't do it. But, for those of us who just enjoy, seeing something a little silly, I mean, you got the headpiece and everything. I want to see that goal hit. Now, we're updating the feed once in a while here to make sure and check the numbers are going up, and they are, in fact. But we got a ways to go, guys. That's all I'm saying. If you're watching and you haven't hit that like button yet, you can contribute directly to Anthony's misery.
Yeah.
Just wanted you to know.
Yeah, well, Dane, thank you so much for that. All right, so here's what I'm going to tell you right now. This sponge feels like it's scratching something, but also it's not holding any liquid. It's crazy. Look at this. So when I dunk this in here, our Ultra Safe sponge will it'll suck up as much liquid as you can, and you're literally having to force water out of it. This right here, I dunk it in there, there's nothing in this. I mean, it's essentially no water at all. It's holding suds, but no water, right? So in terms of using this as a rinseless, I have no idea. But I can tell you right now, it's not holding any water, it's just holding soap. So we're gonna go ahead and go through here, get all this knocked down. This was the area that we did pre-treat. Oh.
I saw that.
What? I didn't see that. It's back in the bucket. There's no grit guard in here anyway, so it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We're gonna keep going. So, did anybody promise Bryant a polish of his car after this? Was it Gabriel that said he was gonna do it? It was Gabe? Yeah, I thought Gabe said that. So if anybody remembers, Gabe has to polish. Yeah, Gabe has to definitely polish out Bryant's car after we're done here. So, no denying that. All right. Now what's going to be absolutely freaky is if for any reason this the coating or something that's on this car, whatever's left on it, is magically restored after this process. I would literally crap my pants if that happened, because it means that we have somehow refreshed the coating in this weird decontamination process that I don't even know how to really describe. If you would have told me I was to be using Dawn dishwash soap back in the day to foam a car on YouTube, I would have been laughing. I would have been dying. I would have been like, what's wrong with you people? Has it come to this? Has it come to this with the internet? And I'd be like, yeah, it has. It's not good. Okay.
Anthony, I do have a good question here from Wheelie Good Auto Detailing.
We're gonna.
He says, I've always had a solid car wash soap at my disposal. Was there a point when Dawn was ever the superior option?
So the question is was Dawn ever actually a superior option when it came to car wash soaps? The answer is no. This was never really considered to even be an option in terms of car soaps, at least not in my circles of anybody I knew. And my dad even preached that to me. My dad's very old school with his cleaning, right? I mean, he is not what I would consider to be a pro-level detailer, but I mean, he was still kind of particular about some stuff, and he even knew to at least buy, car shampoos and whatnot. I think that probably your standard, for people that are new, a lot of people would just reach for the gold class,
I was going to say Meg's Gold Class is what I used before I knew anything about detailing, and that was always a safe choice.
Yeah, McGuire's Gold Class is always a great
you can find
standard.
it at pretty much any store.
You can get the turtle wax stuff. I mean, there's a lot of different options out there. It just, none of them really were the experience that we have today. I mean, truthfully. And I think that's probably attributed to technology and new chemicals coming out and new advents of different detergents and surfactants and, all sorts of stuff have basically been able to make this process so much better for us and even safer for the cars, right?
Sure.
So, but with that said though, I mean, if you take a look at rinseless washing, right? O&R was made more than 20 years ago, and the formula, hasn't changed too much or hasn't strayed too much from the original. So you pretty much have a very competitive wash product that was available 20 years ago that was, that's still available today. So
people are still treating it like it's something brand new when it's very much not.
Yeah.
Neil here, though, also has a good point. I think you'll enjoy this because, Anthony, you love putting on nostalgia glasses. Neil White saying, this brings back memories of fundraiser car washes in high school. Lots of mistakes were made. Lots of damaged car paint.
Well, what's
And
funny,
then
the
Ron
car
followed up.
washes, when I was in high school, I remember when they had like the, little car washes. There was a parking lot next door to my high school that they had them in.
We
They
did it
were,
for band and stuff.
Yeah, they did it for
any of that.
band, they did it for cheerleading. I don't know, there's a bunch of different ones they did it
Yeah.
for, but they did not use this. They did not use dish soap. They did use car wash chemicals, if I
Sure.
remember.
Usually turtle wax or something.
Yeah, it was like a
turtle
turtle
wax.
wax.
Or gold class once again.
Well, then there was also like the yellow wash and wax, right? So like McGuire's had their wash and wax, which
Right.
did not put on a good foam show at all, but it was slick and it did a decent job. And so that was also really popular for a long time.
No, I think that's a good point. But Ronnie here saying, if you want to support the school's fundraiser car wash, just give them money and drive away.
Yeah. I used I used Blue Coral products for a long time, right? So I used to go down to like a little professional supply store, and you could buy some Blue Coral stuff, and that was fine. I don't know. They also had their retail versions at O'Reilly's and AutoZone, and that stuff wasn't that fancy. It kind of actually looked like Dawn, to be honest. But all right, so we're getting through this thing. I mean, it's going pretty well. I'm actually just kind of wanting to be comfortable in this process because it's honestly stressing me out a little bit. But it's going good. I'm kind of curious just what this is going to look like after we're done. Like, is it going to be all scratched up? Is it not going to be scratched up? And we were thinking about grabbing a mop for the roof to replicate the mid on a stick, but we thought that would be a little bit too much. So we chose to opt that out. And the roof, I think I might, for time reasons, do it a little bit of a later time. Kick this out of here. Sorry, Jimmy. Feel free to sit in that if you want. Oh, lost my thing. What are people saying, Dane? Talk to me. What's the feedback so far?
All right, so it's mostly been a mix of people kind of reminiscing over like those old school fundraiser car washes and the products that got used. Although I did have some decent points brought up here. I kind of agree with James here, although some of it's true, some of it is kind of a little more opinion based. James is saying the older vehicles in the 80s and 90s were made with more durable materials than the stuff that vehicles are made with now. And no, it was not a superior option, it was just a cheap option.
Were you saying, Dane, that the cheaper option was for the 90s vehicles, what you're saying?
For the Dawn as a soap on vehicles, he's just saying it was never superior, it was just a cheaper option.
Yeah.
And I get that. Yeah, I mean, it's fairly straightforward. But as far as the more durable material stuff, I know a lot of people think everything nowadays is plastic fantastic. And back in the day, whatever their day in their head is, oh, we used like metals back then and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, okay. Durable, long-lasting materials. I know planned obsolescence was like always seen as like this kind of conspiracy theory. Things aren't just wearing out on their own. It's intentional. It's like, oh no, I've definitely seen examples between like my iPhone battery going out or stuff like that when it had a software update. Like I remember learning that one real hard. But with cars, it's really hit or miss. Like there are still vehicles out there that are built extremely durably, but I don't think that necessarily has an impact as far as like what interacts with your paint is going to be the issue. I mean, whatever paint is on a vehicle, that's what the soap is touching, not the metal underneath or the plastic or that stuff. Generally speaking, there's some barrier of either clear coat or paint or, whatever version of color layer is on it between that and the actual material you're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, even chrome is chrome plating. It's not like the full-on material all the way through.
Agreed. Yeah. It's going okay now. So the Dawn is drying on me. And if it's drying on me in a temperature controlled 65 degree studio, this is the most ideal temps that you could have, right? For washing a car. There's no humidity in here, nothing. It's very nice, but yet this is drying on me in a lot of areas that I can honestly say that other soaps would not be drying on me. So there's something in Dawn that is causing it to dry out faster than retaining the moisture of some of these other more modern automotive soaps. I don't know what that is. I wouldn't quote me necessarily if you're a chemist, but it does feel like these panels are not, I don't know, lasting me as long, and it could be due to the contamination on the surface. I'm not sure, but it just feels like the soap's drying out and I'm kind of, I don't know, doing a little bit more damage than probably I need to with trying to remove it.
You imagine you were doing this out in the sun, right?
Oh, I would hate this out in the sun.
That's a nightmare scenario, right?
This would
just
suck.
That film would be on everything.
Well, I would be really worried about the condition of the plastics and trim staining and anything like that at that point in direct sun, especially with high heat. I just know that soap staining sucks. You don't want that. It takes forever to get out. Not good.
Now, I see Tug here in the comments. It's a little, I'll call it Tug in cheek. He says, totally love the new format, but may I offer a suggestion? What if you do the same thing, but it's every Thursday and you keep it super casual? I wonder where that idea came from. Was that something that... Okay, so not to pop the bubble here or anything, Tug, but part of the deal with the actual live stream you're seeing right now is that it has a lot more production value in it, which you may have missed between Anthony's issues there. I saw that.
What?
Anyway, moving back to what I was saying, Tug brings up a good point, right? Like, it's a lot, it's a lot of... Oh, no, I can't even. Yeah, I saw that too. Okay, so anyway, I'm way off base. Anthony, as far as what you're doing, Tug is right. We could do a lighter version of this, but what's happening here is we actually have Jimmy on the rig. Like, there's a lot more people involved to make this production more fun and, like, you know, active. So in order to make it worth everybody's while and, like, the time we're taking to spend to do this, doing it less times but at a higher quality was the compromise we felt all works. But I just wanted to throw that out there because I know I love you guys chiming in on the chat. The next stream, you know, it may not be on a Friday. It could be a different day of the week. It's moving around. But I want you guys to pay close attention to the tab, the community tab on YouTube. That is where I'm making sure to post, like, all of the upcoming stuff when it's the week of. I'm giving people a heads up. And, of course, the Facebook group as well. I want to make sure people are aware of that.
Gotcha. All right, so here we are. We have just finished up with the Dawn hand wash with the sponge, and I think it went really well, especially there at the end. Now, what I'm seeing here is that the soap has dried almost everywhere. And I didn't really take that long washing, probably a little bit longer than I normally would, but realistically, I was expecting this to be way more wet than what it was. Again, you cannot have a better facility than what we are washing in. It is a perfect temperature. There is no humidity. There is no sun. There is no reason why these panels should be drying out as fast as they are. With any other soap I'd be using, this would not be the case, at least not this fast. So either A, it's the soap, or B, for some weird reason, the lack of protection on the vehicle or whatever it is causing everything to dry out. I do want to see, however, though, are we going to have any damage or are we going to have any loss of water behavior in the areas that we did have water behavior? So for that, let's go ahead and do our rinse. Yeah, well, definitely lost whatever is at that. I mean, if there was any type of protection there on the lowers, it's gone. It is long gone. And what's crazy is that it doesn't even feel contaminated. So I'm actually using just the glove here, the wetness on my hand, to kind of plastic baggy test this to see like what kind of contamination I'm feeling. And I'm not feeling any buildup. It's not like there's buildup of sap or rotar or anything like that. That is smooth paint. It's just smooth, naked paint, meaning that we've lost our protection. I'm not saying that the Dawn did that necessarily, but if there was something there, it definitely, it sent it home.
Anthony, while you do that, I do want to bring a comment up on screen here from 0 Day Details. 0 Day says, seriously though, we're having a household demo show and the huge pickle is nowhere to be found? Well, 0 Day, I feel like I should let you know that if you were to look at our website right now, you might catch it hiding somewhere on the front page. You never know. It's always watching, much like I am always watching.
You gonna keep doing that? Dane, we have to ring the bell if you're trying to get in my ear. I guess not. All right, moving on. All right. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This is kind of a dog crap thing. This sucks. The protection on the hood did survive. I think we probably did damage it. Based on what I'm seeing here, that was beating up pretty well. You can kind of see we're losing it. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. Hold on. Let me hand clay this really quick. Yeah, there's something there, but not a lot. Go ahead and rinse this out. Yeah. I mean, this thing's definitely going to need a hand wax. A good, hearty hand wax. Glenn, do we have one of those available after we're done here? Dane, do you know of any type of hand wax available after this?
I mean, you got some options.
It's on the table?
Hopefully
think there
may be
good.
some. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
We got some Megs.
Oh, good.
Classic
Okay,
Meg.
good.
What
Definitely is going
more
to need a
did
good
that
old-fashioned cleaner
require
wax
go
in it.
through?
You know what I mean? Take it to the next level, get it ready for the car show this afternoon. I don't know if
You're
people
taking
know
an
this, but
Explorer to a
Boise
car
has an
show?
off-road show happening today. And this is an Explorer, which is a very capable off-road machine. It's going to be making its debut out there. So
This is the unibody one, though. It's designed for exploring mall parking lots.
get this all cleaned up.
I'm pretty sure there's a betting website somewhere of people throwing out odds of you tripping on that Home Depot bucket at some point.
All right, so we are wrapping up here. A couple interesting things. So I was just rinsing the front of the vehicle off here, and there is bug guts that the Dawn didn't take off, like at all, and didn't do anything. Bug guts. There's like these little like leaf petals that we've had here in the spring, where basically it's been like I don't know how you describe it. They kind of like fly off the trees and they get stuck to your vehicle, and then they kind of like fuse to the paint. Well, normally, any normal car wash soap is able to remove that. Not a lot of pressure. But here on the front, you can see we got bug guts still on the front here. I mean, in multiple spots. These aren't chips, those are kind of guts. Guts there, guts here. you would think that that Dawn would have cut straight through that and removed it. And it didn't. That's weird. That's super weird. I mean, I guess more reason to have a dedicated APC that's designed for organic material, such as bug guts, when it comes to cleaning your vehicle. Now, we're going to head back over here to the table, where we have something new that we'll be able to highlight here in a little bit. This is quite exciting. But before we can get to really putting the cherry on top, we obviously have to dry this thing. So for the drying process, Dane, we have acquired some wonderful household towels that have been used previously for something, ideally a day at the beach, where they've accumulated some sand that never really rinsed out.
Sounds lovely.
And some old bath towels and things that specifically still have the tags on them. So let's go ahead and set aside these store-bought microfiber that we will be using later. My nose is kind of running. No, it's just kind of smearing it around. It's not even really absorbing it.
So that's going on the paint.
That right there, my friends, is let's look at the blend of this on the tag that it has.
Oh, I thought you were looking for the blend of the
Oh,
snot.
yeah, that's a 93.7. Didn't do anything. Set that aside. And now we're going to grab ourselves a bath towel. So this may look like the M22. Not really. Not at all, actually.
No.
The M22 is a short, stubby tank capable of drying multiple vehicles in one go. This right here is a typical bath towel in a pretty traditional green color that most people found popular in the early 2000s, specifically when things were very Italian and faux paintings and faux design was very popular. You know what I'm talking about, Dane?
Yes, the Renaissance.
The Renaissance of the early 2006. All right, let's go ahead and take this and let's see what kind of job it does, right? Oh, it's even got some bleach stains on it, which you...
that's for good luck.
Here we go.
Yeah. Ooh, we're going to use the pull method. Awesome. Well, that was
all right. Let's try it one more time.
underwhelming. Let's try that again. Jeff C. here saying that towel needs a logo.
It did better than I expected it to. Oh, no.
The difference is it's scratching while it does it.
Oh, no. That does
you do?
not feel good.
Sandpaper?
Oh, man. That is, weirdly enough, actually absorbing pretty well. Let's go ahead and... Okay, glass is where you can actually see it's actually not doing a very good job. So that's just going to keep doing that pretty much for forever. So, yeah.
I can only handle so much.
Pretty bad. But, you could go like this. The windows look like this, right? The windows look like this, right? Oh, the towel is re-wetting and smelling weird. Let's get that out of here. Okay, it's starting to smell like a bath towel. No. Did we stain his glass? Did the Dawn stain the glass? Crap. It may have stained the glass.
That is what we're trying to figure out today.
Dane, it's,
Oh,
no.
unless
this, I don't think this was here. This was, I can tell you, I don't think that these marks were here. Look at it.
No.
I don't know.
The sound is atrocious.
This is like a dedicated drying towel. This is the M22. This is the towel I was telling you about. That is actually literally a third of the size of that other towel, and probably 10 times more absorbent. So this right here, I could take this to the back window, and simply and safely take this, glide this across here, in one fell swoop and be done with it. And that is that. So basically, comparing a bath towel to a microfiber towel, it's almost an uncomparable thing. Again, when I say 10 times more absorbent, I'm not like saying that. I mean, literally, it's going to be 10 times more absorbent. So this is significantly better, and that towel started to smell weird, so I don't know why people use that in the first place. But if we come back over here, we did have actually a different variety and a different flavor of bath towel. And this is one that's also very commonly used. I call this the beach bath towel.
Oh, festive.
So you can see this one right here is fun. It's colorful. This smells of beach and potentially a legal drug here in Idaho, but you know what, we're going to use it anyways, and we're just going to go ahead and go over to the windshield. And holy crap, that did nothing at all. That actually made it 10 times worse. Let's go and get a better view here, Dane. Yeah, I've used your rag company towels. I have a couple. I have a couple in my cabinet that don't do anything. Show me the picture. And then they show this. I'm like, what the heck is that?
What's the THC content of that windshield?
What is that? Oh my God. Oh my.
no.
What the? Get
Wow.
out of here. Get out of here. What are you doing?
Oh no. Well,
Get this crap
Anthony, Joey
out of
wants
here. Oh my
us
gosh.
to have towels that have patterns like that on them.
Yeah, okay. Well, you can take your patterns and you can shove them where the sun don't shine. All right, here we go.
Oof, okay.
M22, come save me. Save me. There we go. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Get rid of all that streaking and smearing. Perfect. Okay, there we go. That's better. That is better. That's better. Okay, cool. We'll set that aside. Now I got to go back and address this glass that I'm pretty sure I stained. So,
Vice Detail is saying just rub Windex on it and it'll come right off. That is not how you tear a paper towel. You have ripping rags. What are you doing?
Dane, I'm going to clean the glass like a normal human being.
Household items. I mean, it's that or a newspaper, I guess.
Yeah, this is
No. Ugh.
this is what people do when they clean the glass on their car, Dane.
Wow.
Take this and fold
Vice
this.
Detail says that the towel was off-gassing.
Yeah.
Well, the Grateful Dead towel might have been.
Well, welcome to the glass cleaning segment. That came way sooner than expected. We still need to go back and
Here we
dry
go.
some of this stuff
Yeah.
properly, but I did just want to pull this out. So instructions, rotate nozzle to on position, spray 6 to 8 inches or 15 to 20 centimeters from the surface, wipe with a paper towel.
Okay.
Changing towels frequently. Change cleans glass, chrome, stainless steel, plastic, enamel, ceramic tile, and porcelain. Always best to spot test. We're not going to do that. We're just going to go straight into it, and we are going to see if we can get some of this soap staining off. Here we go. We're getting there. Getting there. Hold on. There we go. The flip. You know what? They just don't make them like that anymore. You know what I mean? All right. Well, and that looks pretty good to me. What do you guys think? Yep.
I mean, it's...
What are your thoughts, Dane?
If that were at an NFL game, it would get tackled by some sideline folks because that is streaky as F.
Yeah. I think here's the key. I think I know what I did wrong. Hold on. We know that microfiber, especially premium microfiber, is more absorbent, right? I'm going to try a couple different methods here. I am going to do what everybody does at home I'm going to quadruple my usage of paper towels, because the more towels I use, the better effect I get. I do this sometimes when I'm cleaning toilets because I don't want to actually touch the toilet. So I'll bundle up a bunch of paper towels. So here we go. I could not make that up. I swear to you, the trigger just freaking
Oh my God.
spontaneously just broke off.
I saw that.
Man, you're just breaking everything today. These are supposed to be household products. They're meant to be durable. Like, that's not supposed to happen.
What the heck,
Really?
dude?
Okay. Oh, they're giving you an alternate sprayer to put in there.
Hold on.
I mean, I guess
on,
at that point
Carson.
it's kind of cheating, but
Let me give it the
If you-
college try. What the heck, dude?
that's rough, dude.
God. Come on. Okay, it's not really working out super. Tolco sprayer head, okay. I'll take it. Here we go. Tolco sprayer head. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Box it in, bring it down, make sure to touch the paint when we're doing this, because we know that definitely that piano black plastic won't scratch. All right, so that looks pretty good. That's still not it, right, Dane? Okay, hold on, cotton towel.
Not great.
Let me grab my cotton towel, hold on.
Not great.
So let me grab my cotton towel. So,
Go for BC wants you to put Windex in an IK sprayer.
okay. There we go. Actually, funny enough, I think that, oh, no, never mind. Thought that this was probably going to do a little bit of a better job. And not at all. Wow, that's just actually making it worse. The re-wetting of this, Dane, is really bad.
No, that is awful. And Wolfsburg here saying Steak City, which I think he meant to say Streak City, but now it's just meat
Wow,
city.
that is
Close
horrible. Okay, can I get a new FTW? Brand spanking new. That is not new, Carson. That is a used towel, but you know what? I'll take it because it's better than anything that I'm using here today. Here's an FTW, ideally one that wasn't used with Amplify, Carson. It doesn't even, okay. All right, here we go. Bam, bam, bam. Cool. And we are done, done, done.
That's
And
looking a little better there, Anthony. Wolfsburg here saying, I was told by an old timer that newspaper was the way to go. But I want to say, just for anybody who's watching, old newspaper versus modern newspaper, like you have to go back a ways, like to the 80s and 90s to get newspaper that would actually work the way that's being described there. The more modern newspapers are made of a different material. It's something to do with the ink or the pulp used in the paper. I forget exactly what it is, but it is different and it does not work as well.
Yeah.
It's like using a magazine almost.
Now, this is not the Windex's fault. I just want to go ahead and throw this out that I don't think that Windex is a bad cleaner. I think that Windex is actually a great cleaner for many things. I think that the combination of Windex with a towel is not the right answer, and especially when it specifically says use with a paper towel on the back. That's not correct. I would probably change that. Who makes this? Who makes Windex? The Nielsen Company. So I would probably email them, and I would go, hey guys, Anthony with the Rag Company, and I'm about to tell you about something that will change your life. It's called a microfiber towel, and not all microfiber towels are created equal, but we make sure that ours perform well with your product, and you can actually pair Windex with an FTW today. What do you think of the pitch? Pretty good, right? I think that's good. Can we send this to Windex? Can we at them? All right. So moving on. Sorry, guys. I know I'm a little all over the place, but I got to get this car cleaned up for the big show today. So let me finish drying the rest of this here with my bath towel. and finish this up, because from here we do have to add some protection, dress the plastics, and then we are going to get these tires dressed as well. So almost done there. Yeah, this towel isn't doing anything at all, but you know what? It's the thought that counts, Stain.
Well, I was reading through some different comments there, but what did I miss, Anthony? What seems to be the problem?
Well, what seems to be the problem, Dane, is that these cotton towels don't do anything.
I mean, that much is true. I definitely seen a lot. Oh, God, look at the studio, the state it's in. What is this? You're going to have to send in a maid to clean this up. This is crazy. I mean, I know a guy who could definitely put on a outfit there and get the job done, but barring that, without these lights,
this is, Dane.
We got to work on that.
Here's the deal. I'm not cleaning anything up, and I'm not the maid to do it, right? Not unless we got 150 likes.
So we're at like 54 from the looks of it. Ooh, we got a ways to go.
Rookie numbers. Okay, so
56 actually.
Okay, next up, guys, we have some final details that we need to figure out. So, Glenn, what do you guys think? You guys think we should jump to the tire dressing, the metal polishing, or the plastic dressing? Give me your thoughts. Let's actually we'll have the people vote. Yeah, let's just have people vote. Here, basically tire dressing, plastic dressing, metal polishing. Let's see. Let's get somebody in here. What do you want? I think Anna's going to need to find a guy at the car wash so he can steal the chemicals like the girl in the, yeah, that's true. That's true. I understand why she stole the chemicals now, right? Because like if she had this experience when cleaning her vehicle, yeah, no freaking wonder I'd be stealing anybody's chemicals, because this is not fun, not good, and I hate this. Like, I'm actually realizing how much car detailing specific products make the whole process fun and therapeutic and satisfying and so many other things, because this right here, this sucks. I feel like I'm cleaning my house, but I'm cleaning my car, which tells me I think that car cleaning chemicals are probably the solution for interior cleaning for your home, especially if you want to get guys to do it and be passionate about it. I'm pretty sure there's a guy on TikTok who's doing that, who's repping Rag Company Microfiber, and I appreciate him. Vaseline in the interior, we're not doing that. But I do need an answer for tire dressing, plastic dressing, and or metal polishing soon. Metal? Oh my God, we're going in with metal? Okay. Carson Black. I'm going to need some type of like saucer. A saucer of some sort. Or a cup. You can give me a plastic cup.
I'll get you a cup.
Cup? Okay. We're going to need a cup, and we're going to get to this, and it's going to be rough. But I don't want people to judge me for what I'm about to do. This isn't good. This isn't good. Metal polishing.
It's all right, Anthony. Yeah, we got multiple votes for metal here, actually, several. Yeah, in between the other stuff. There are folks saying it's so awful it could have been a Halloween episode we were doing here. Yeah, no, I definitely understand where they're coming from. But overall, we're getting the vibe of your experience using household chemicals on a car, and yet people continue to choose this path. Why? Because of ease of access to the products? Is it the price? You know, because
they hate themselves.
Is it like self-loathing? There's all kinds of options, but I was just
whatever.
curious.
Yeah, give me the clear one. Carson, I'll take the clear one, please. Thank you. Okay. All right. Well, we can actually use probably both of these, to be honest. I can just do a little mixy, mix it up. Yeah, something like that. Okay. All right. I just broke it.
What the heck?
I know. I was trying to just clap my hands together, but I'm going to end up using this as like a stir stick.
Is
Nope.
Anthony just unaware of his strength today? Like, what is going on? Why are you breaking
I am not
everything?
I am not this strong unless I got superpowers overnight. Hold on. We're gonna need to
Breaking
grab.
everything.
Yeah, we're gonna need to grab a little bit of water. I'm gonna grab myself a little shot of water here, and then we are going to mix up our metal polish. And once we mix up our metal polish, I think we're gonna be in a pretty good spot.
I like this idea from GT Details.
Yeah, and
Pledge
we're
for
only
the wood
about-
grain and WD-40 for the
Yeah,
headlights.
we're only about halfway through. Pledge for the WD for the headlights. That's good. I like that idea. So let's go ahead. We are going to take our baking soda here, pop this off, and so the baking soda is going to be our abrasive. This is going to be for our metal polish. It's not going to damage the metal. It'll be okay. We'll just pair this with like a towel of some sort. How is it that I can break everything else by hand today, but I can't even open up this stupid container? What the heck? It's the gloves. Oh, and there's some type of cotton apparatus here. Okay, here we go. Take this. Okay, and then Carson, could I please get a back handle of a brush or some type of straw, a mixer of some sort? That's too thick. I just need like a normal stick, or a straw, or whatever we got around here. Screwdriver works. Yeah, screwdriver's fine. It'll clean the screwdriver at the same time. Yeah, just grab me one of those. Any one of those. Perfect. And we're gonna go ahead and mix up our metal polish here, and we're gonna go through. So what we're looking for is whenever you're making any type of abrasive out of baking soda, that you want your actual paste material to be on the thicker side, but not be too runny, right? Because it's not gonna break down as well. So what we're trying to get is more of like a cream. So just a little bit more here, and we'll be pretty much where we want to be. Mix that up. Ooh, nice. Okay, this is the best way to probably describe what we're looking for is like coconut. Like what's that called? Like the coconut fat, right? Coconut oil, right? That's kind of like coagulated. That's what we're trying to get to, and that is looking pretty good. So what we're gonna do from here, we're gonna mix that up.
Vice says
And-
throw a Mentos in that cup. Oh no. How would you describe the consistency, Anthony? Where are we at?
You want to get to about that sound, okay?
Ooh.
Cool. We are good to go. Let's go ahead and take our towel. Crap. Towels. I keep dropping everything on the ground here, but that's what people do. That's what people do when they're cleaning their own vehicles. So we're gonna do this, and then I myself, guys, I don't know about you, I'm gonna get comfortable, and I know this is. We're gonna pretend this isn't a detailing mat, but this is more of a yoga mat. I'm not laying down and doing this on the Swiss tracks. Here we go. Oh my goodness. You guys. When people say that I'm not a company man, I want them to go back and watch this video. Here we go. Okay. We're gonna get some of our abrasive here. So that's what that's gonna look like. And we're gonna start scrubbing. Now what's funny is that this is actually working like so well, it's not even funny. It's working ridiculously well. Here's the thing though, is that you're cutting through a lot of grime, but you want to be careful because depending on like the towel you're using or whatever, your finish could kind of look like crap. That's why some people will use steel wool. But see, wow. This is where the steel wool would come into play right here on the ends. Look at that. Get in there. Get outside of the... Oh, more abrasive. Pull some of this out. So that's, I'm actually need to probably a little bit more moisture now. I think I've got it to where it's a little bit too clumpy. See the clumpiness of it? But you can actually just go in there, spread some of that, and then we're gonna come back through and really start pulling a lot of that grime out. Could I get a spritz of water from somebody over there? A little bit of a spritz. And then what I'm going to do, you guys can see the towel there. Thank you. And we're going to mix this up. Oh crap, I got it on my shirt. Oh God. Oh man, it's on my shirt now. It is messy. So for this, because what I need to do, I need to get the top of the exhaust. So I'm actually just going to pour it right on the top of the towel and then guide this up. And we're going to get that top. This is a mess. I'm not going to lie to you guys. This is the biggest mess I've ever seen. I polished a lot of metal. This is pretty horrible. But you can see we're actually getting, I don't know if I would call it the best result, but we're getting a result. I'm going to go ahead and get this on a little bit more of the towel. And then we are going to get a quick before and after because we're going to have one side that's going to be done and one side that's not. So we'll be able to see kind of what kind of job we've done. Get that inside. Yeah, Gabe's definitely going to be finishing this detail. He's the one that told me to do this in the first place. Bryant didn't deserve this. This is a nice vehicle. Okay. Go through. All right, cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to pressure wash this off because this is actually pretty bad. And we're going to see kind of what this looks like given the... oh, it's all over me, guys. It's all over me. Dane, how are people doing in the comments here? This is a lot of information packed into one video, I know.
Honestly, it's great. I just want you to know it's great. I like Al here saying it reminds him of Jesus polishing his bowling ball in The Big Lebowski. I agree. That's a great reference. And I want to encourage people to remember, we have a like goal. We want to get it out there. We want Anthony to wear the maid outfit again. Got to get to 150 likes to do it. You guys are cruising in at the low 60s. I know we can turn this up. All we got to do is make sure everybody hits that like button, everybody who's watching. All right, moving along here, I've got Alpha Tango popping in saying he feels bad for you, Anthony. I'd never get off the floor again if I did that, he says.
Yeah, well, you know,
it looks better though.
I do a lot of flexibility exercises to make myself, honestly, I think I might be the most flexible I've ever been in my entire life. I'm not even kidding you guys.
That's great.
So I'm doing pretty good. So this is not that bad of a deal. So what I'm going to do now, since we've essentially stripped any of the natural protection off the stainless, I am actually going to hit it with WD-40. This is not like a joke thing. This is actually like a real thing. So I am going to just do a quick little spritz here and just get some WD-40 on the outer, on the inner. And I'm just going to take another one of these crappy Huck towels.
There we go.
And go through and clean up whatever's left. And I think this is also going to give it a nice little shine. Wow, that actually does.
Now, Vice was saying throw some Pledge on there, but I think the WD-40 is actually
the WD-40, Pledge would also be fine. I think the WD-40 would be a little bit more temperature resistant though.
Yeah, considering what it's up against, you're right. But no,
Cool.
that looks better than when you started. I mean, compared to some of the other stuff we've tried today, you look at the other exhaust pipe, it's, yeah.
I think that looks pretty good. I mean, all jokes aside, that's that's a lot better than what it was.
I vote with my wallet and say that's actually, that looks worth it, you know, apart from a few awkward angles.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I pretty much hate that I have I have baking soda all over the shirt. That sucks. I like this shirt, but luckily it's not going to stain, I don't think. All right. So I haven't suffered enough yet, so I kind of want to put myself through a little bit more. This is a mess. I need to do some organization, kind of pick things up here a little bit. But I think it's time to jump into our next step here, which is going to be tire dressing and plastic dressing. So what we'll do is we'll actually do a comparison, right? I am going to do the tires and some of the trim in Lemon Pledge, and I will also do some of the other trim and one of the other tires. No, don't. Okay, we won't use WD-40 on the tires. That's really just a waste. It's not, don't do that. I will put WD-40 on the trim because that's something that a lot of people will put on trim. There's still plenty of people out there that clean their motorcycles with WD-40 and WD-40 only. It's haunting to see, but I want to give you the Lemon Pledge story. So, once upon a time, when I worked in the outdoor lawn and garden section of Lowe's Home Improvement, it was very common to wipe all of the outdoor power equipment down with Lemon Pledge. So this was actually in the Lowe's handbook in terms of like how to maintain the showroom shine of the outdoor power equipment. So this included the Troy-Bilt like lawnmowers, the Honda lawnmowers, the Husqvarna stuff, all the riding mowers, all that, everything, right? So we basically had to go through with Lemon Pledge, spray them down liberally, spray the tires down, everything down, and then like wipe them really quick and then walk away. Now, if you wanted the best shine from Lemon Pledge, the goal was to not wipe it at all. You just basically sprayed it on and you put it on like paint. And if you built up enough of it, it would form its own unique layer, and that layer would be very artificially shiny. Now, this became an issue when people started wanting to sit in the tractors or start sitting in the outdoor power equipment because the seats were covered in Lemon Pledge. And so what would happen is you would sit on the seat and you would potentially slip and fall, which would have been a massive liability issue back in the day. We eventually stopped doing that, and Lemon Pledge was then just used to clean up random bits around the store. So that is my Lemon Pledge story. Lemon Pledge does work very well at removing old stickers, specifically on like I-beams and things like that. Do not use this on your paint if you can avoid it. Not that I think it's damaging, it's just a waste. So, give that a good shake. All right, so we have trim here, we have tire here. We're gonna go ahead and knock this out. Now I'm going to apply it the same way that we used to. We're going to build up a good little layer here. It does foam on, and I'm going to get this piece of trim right here. What's actually nice is it's very precise, so like I am not even touching the paint right now. I can get right up to that edge and kind of call it. Check that out. That's sweet. I didn't know it was that had that much precision, to be honest. Like I always had like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was all over the place, right? Okay, here we go. We're gonna get down here in the lowers, get all of this. Again, I'm not trying to get the paint, I'm just trying to get a good coverage. And we're going to go through, lay this on. And I'm probably going to call it right there. I think that was going to look pretty good, and I'm going to use WD-40 on this back half of the trim. Smells amazing. Let's go ahead and use it on the inside of the fender wells. Oh, it's so refreshing. What are your guys' thoughts on lemon scented products? Like, does it remind you of a cleaner? Like, if you were to buy a lemon scented detailing product, do you think like, oh, that reminds me of Lemon Pledge, reminds me of like a household cleaner, or does it kind of get you excited? I got up way too fast there and I'm pretty dizzy. I like it. I think it smells good. I don't think I use Lemon Pledge enough, so I've kind of distanced myself from making that connection, but that is refreshing.
It's pleasant, but wouldn't you describe it, Anthony, as a bit of a sharp smell? Like
no.
it's a little harsh at times.
No, it's not even harsh.
No?
No,
I find
not at all.
lemon scented products to be like that. Then maybe
Not at
that's
all.
just me. Like
No.
citrus in general has a sharper kind of scent to it, sharper note.
Where's my? I was about to grab a Viper chair out of just pure what's it called, habit, but instead we're going to go ahead and grab our WD-40. We're going to come over here and we're going to WD-40 the heck out of the rest of this trim here. Now, WD-40, we go through this, stops squeaks, protects against corrosion, loosens rusted parts, frees sticky mechanisms, and drives out moisture. It protects on tools, bare steel outdoor equipment, and then displaces moisture, penetrates nuts, bolts. Does not say anything about using this on plastic at all whatsoever. For best rust protection, do not wipe off, saturate area, and let soak for several minutes. So, I don't know why people use this on motorcycles and everything else, but we're going to go ahead and just spray it on. That is going on wet. That is super, super wet. This is not right. This is not right, but I'm going to tell you right now though, it's probably going to look pretty good. It has to. If it doesn't look good, I'll be shocked. Get the fender wells here. And we're going to come over to the front bumper.
Oh no. Al missed the start of the show. He's asking, is this a rental?
So yeah, this is definitely a rental. So why do you not do this? So first and foremost, so WD-40, in my experience, whenever it re-wets, right, and after it penetrates plastic, it has a good chance that it can still have runoff, right? So the next time you go get it wet again, it's going to run off and it's going to streak and cause a mess. I've never seen WD-40 to really necessarily cause damage, ever. I've never seen it damage paint on its own. I've never seen it damage really anything on its own. It just makes a mess, and sometimes it feels like it attracts a ton of extra dust and extra dirt. But as a temporary penetrant and lubricator and water displacer, it actually works pretty well. I think WD-40 works on so many things. I've cleaned tools with it. I've cleaned, I don't know, lots of different stuff. But it's just not something that I reach for whenever it comes to automotive detailing or anything like that. But there's still detailers out there that will use WD-40 for trim, for engine bays. They'll use it for, I don't know. Again, motorcycle detailing is like a crazy thing where people insist that WD-40 is still the best for wiping down paint. I don't understand it, but I'm going to go ahead and knock out this front section here, and then I'm going to call it good. I'm not going to knock out the rest of the vehicle. I'm just going to get this on this front because I think it's probably going to look okay, and we are going to then call it, and I am going to grab some towels, and we're going to mop this stuff up. So that was WD-40. Let's go ahead and wipe off the pledge and let's see what kind of results it gave us here on the plastic. This is a 93.7 microfiber. It feels absolutely horrendous in my hands. It's catching every small imperfection in my skin. It does have a tag on it, which you don't want that touching your paint. The difference in feel between a 93.7 and a 70-30 blend microfiber towel is absolutely uncomparable. A 70-30 blend towel, an 80-20 blend towel is going to feel pretty good in the hand. It's not going to be grabby, it's not going to be catchy, but the polyester content in a 93.7 towel is what makes it so scratchy. It's why it grabs your hand, and it's why all the micro imperfections in your skin are like, it gives you that weird, like, I gotta jump out of my skin feeling, right? It's usually because of the higher polyester content in something like a 93.7 or a 90.10 towel. And so most people, when they compare microfiber, they think all microfiber is gonna feel like this, store-bought microfiber. And that is not the case. If you hand them a 70/30 blend towel and they rub it across their hands, they go, oh, this feels different, but they can't quite make the connection until you put one side by side, and then they go, oh, I get it now. All right, so Lemon Pledge, let's go ahead and wipe this stuff off here. It is slick. Whoo! It is slick, and it is building up on its own. It is literally turning into Crisco. So I don't know if you can see that, but the towel is not really absorbing a whole lot. It's just kind of pushing it around, and it's chunking up on me. It's actually chunking up and flying onto my skin. And I'm going to go ahead and just spread that around because these towels don't do anything. However, it's cleaning up some of that gross trim in some weird way. And we're going to go ahead and get this off of here. And I am going to say that that is about as much effort as I want to put into it. Now the WD-40 on the other hand, I think is going to look pretty good. I think that's actually going to wipe off cleanly, not be a mess, turn into Crisco. Like, what is all over me? Let's get a look at the towel. That's what that looks like. But it really built up and it started chunking up. It kind of reminded me of cottage cheese a little bit.
That looks disgusting.
But it smells very good. All right.
Doesn't look like it.
Coming down here, WD-40 time. Let's see how this removes. Ooh, yeah. Nothing like WD-40. And even this towel, being a low performer, is still doing an okay job. We're going to come up here. I'm going to flip this to make sure to wipe some of this paint because it kind of got some on there. And we're going to clean up the rest of that trim. Looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Long-term effects of doing this probably aren't good, but I don't know. It feels okay. It just now what's happening is as I'm trying to buff this off, the excess that got into the paint, it's really streaking really bad. So we're gonna make our way kind of over here to the front, and we're gonna see if, look at this, the Pledge. It actually has started to, remember when I said it makes it like its own like layer, right? It's making its own layer in like a really weird way. I'm wondering if it's because the tires were still wet and it is not mixing well with water or any type of wetness. And it could be. If this is pure silicone based, then water and silicone they usually don't get along very well. So the best way to do this would be to do it with the tire dry, not wet like that, because that is like pure Crisco. Coming over here to the front, our WD-40 is working amazing. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. In a pinch, if I was a used car salesman and I didn't care about the car I was selling and I wanted to get it off the lot as fast as possible, this would probably do the job. But it would do it in a way more expensive way, because I think WD-40 is not cheaper than a water-based dressing. So there's that. Okay, so we got somewhere pretty decent, I think. I would like to at least knock down this tire really quick and get this. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, that's not good. That's not good at all. Crap. That's not good. Guys, that's not good. The tag really is making this a bad experience. It's getting in the way of the wiping. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, Dane. Oh gosh.
things aren't looking so great there.
No, it's bringing me back to college, man. This is bad. This is not.
Oh, no. Well, I mean, it does kind of look like your dorm room in there, so.
It's horrible. Okay, let's get to the moment that I've been waiting for, and the moment that's really going to bring me back to my roots here. Waxing. Waxing is what's going to fix this whole thing, and we are going to restore all faith in the world. I do need an applicator of some sort. Does anybody have one?
You know what? Just the thing.
Oh my God. Sebastian,
like
are
them?
these your dirty socks? Why did I smell them, man? That's not good. Well, you know what? Hey guys, welcome to the Rag Company. Hey guys, Anthony with the Rag Company, and in today's video,
Oh my God, it's lamb chop.
we're cleaning a car with household cleaning products. And today we're going to be waxing using the sock method. You know, whenever I grab a sock from somebody, I'm always like hesitant, right? What's it gonna feel like? What's it gonna smell like? But yeah, we got lamb chop here, and we are gonna go ahead and get our can of wax. So cool little backstory here. This can of wax was actually taken from my family's, my home. It was taken from my parents' house. This can of wax is, I wanna say, I think there's a date of like something, it's like 12 on it. So I'm assuming this is from 2012, somewhere around that. So we're going like 14 years old, basically, older than some of your kids, right? So this is a pretty old can of wax. What's funny, what's interesting about looking at this can of wax is that this one right here doesn't look too different than the can of wax that I would see at the local store. So I'm wondering if they've done any type of label changes or if this still, in fact, looks the same, being a cleaner style wax. So we'll go ahead and crack this thing open. And there we go. That right there, my friends, is the creme de la creme for the people who go, hey, how do I detail my car? You know, I'm going to use household products. And I found a can of wax at my grandparents' house. This is probably what it's going to look like.
It's like a block of cheese.
It is like a block of cheese. And so, what is a cleaner wax specifically? So cleaner waxes are really popular because these have abrasives in them. And the abrasives with a slight mix of a little bit of solvent in there will help drive the wax deeper down into a very dry clear coat or a very dry single stage. So you can use this type of cleaner wax on so many different things, but the biggest difference here between this and other waxes is that the abrasive content in it. So if you were just to buy a 100% carnauba based wax or a Montan wax or something like that, you're usually getting something that is going to be mostly wax, maybe a slight amount of solvent. This is going to have a pretty significant amount of abrasive to drive it down into the paint itself and remove oxidation, and that's why people use this. So let's go ahead and let's get some wax on my hand here. Get some on there. I'm going to try to really get a good chunk. Now, it kind of bums me out because this wasn't my can of wax. I do think that my dad purchased this because I had already been moved out at that point. And it bums me out though because I think we have some other cans of old wax and metal polish that are quite old, some old mother stuff, mag polish from forever ago. And I kind of want to keep those intact, right? And I don't want to mess with them because it's kind of like memories of the stuff I actually used. I never actually used this, if I'm honest with you, but it will, it still brings back a little bit of nostalgia. So let's go ahead and take this. I'm going to get a little bit more wax here on my hand, and we're going to come to a couple different things I think I want to knock out. Let's go ahead. We're going to knock out part of the hood so you guys can see, and then I actually think we're actually going to get a pretty decent result here on this mirror. So, old sock, you can do it like this. Now, if you want me to be real. Most people did not do it with their hand on the sock. What you would normally do is you'd fold the sock like this, and then you'd build up a little bit of a pile so you kind of have an applicator. So basically that's how you would actually do it. And then you'd go through and you would apply it. So nobody actually wore the sock. That was kind of a bit. So we're going to go ahead and get the wax in. Now, if I were to do this truly by hand, how I would be doing it is I would be going side to side, up and down. I'm probably not going to do circles. That just was never really my thing. So I'd go diagonal one way and then diagonal the other way, something like that. Okay. And get that on there, drive that down into paint. And then with a cleaner wax, you could in fact do a whole section at a time if you wanted to, walk away and come back later. Some people felt like by the time, you let it sit overnight with a cleaner wax and then you wipe it off the next morning and you do a better job. I think all of the work of a cleaner wax is actually happening in the moment. You doing the actual physical work right there, that's the result you're going to get. The whole, question of whether or not the wax is going to penetrate deep further the longer it stays on there, I'm not sure the science behind that, if that's even real. The other thing to note would be that some people would layer cleaner waxes and they go, I got to put another layer of cleaner wax on, right? Well, another layer of cleaner wax isn't doing anything. You're just removing the old wax because you can't layer a cleaner wax because it's got abrasive in it. So you're just abrading the wax again and removing it and replacing it. So it doesn't really do anything. But what you're getting oftentimes with layering a cleaner wax is that you are doing double the work. So you're actually refining the paint more because you're essentially polishing it twice. So when people go, oh, it looks so much better after the second time waxing, yeah, well, you just polished it twice. So you went over it a second time and you probably refined it the first time around. So that's why it looks better. So let's go ahead and knock out this mirror here. So if I can pull in Jimmy, we're going to show off kind of how rough this looks. This looks pretty bad. And I am going to go ahead and see if I can refine this. Now, this is going to stain the trim. This is going to stain the trim, meaning we have to really clean the trim up after we're done here because it's really going to be pretty gnarly. And I'm surprised that this is even working considering how dried out this wax actually is. So we're going to go like that. We're going to get into those letters and we're going to give it the old school, the old college try here. Nice, cool. And then we're going to come over here to this pillar. We're going to get this all cleaned up too.
Looks like he's just smearing burger grease all over everything.
Right, get this all cleaned up too. Nice. And we'll do one of them here to leave the other. Okay. It's looking pretty good, guys. I'm really loving this process. My shoulder is definitely not sore yet. We're going to go through. And I'm going to probably call it there. And then from here, what I can do is I can flip my sock or I can grab a new sock if I would like. Now the buffing off with a sock is not ideal, not really going to work super well. So we will use a store-bought microfiber towel for this. So we have our 93-7 towel, which funny enough, we'll actually do a pretty good job at removing wax because when it comes to removing a wax, it's less about the polyamide content. The actual polyester is going to do probably a majority of the job, the body of the towel doing a majority of the job holding on to a wax versus, something with higher polyamide count. There's theories there that yes, it'll be less, it'll be more effective with more polyamide, but with this style of wax specifically, that's so thick, it's fine. Now, we're going to come over here. It's just funny because this is a pretty thin smattering of wax considering how much I had to actually load up onto the sock. So normally when a wax has moisture and it's not dried out like that, I mean realistically you only need a little bit to go a long way, but this is pretty dried out. So we're going to go ahead and take our towel and start buffing off. And you know what? I'm pretty shocked that this feels somewhat decent. Not 2026 smooth, but it doesn't feel horrible. Go through, clean that up. But you do have to put significantly more pressure. I mean, when I say I'm putting a lot of pressure here, guys, I am putting a ton of pressure. This is not easy. And then going for my feel, still contaminated. Does not feel very good. But that's what somebody's going to do after they get done going over with the wax in their car. They're going to take their hand and go, ooh, you feel that? That feels like crap. And then they're going to move on. So we're going to come over here, mirror cap. I'm going to try to clean up some of this residue. And we're going to buff this off. Again, a lot of elbow grease here. And personally, I think that looks about 20% better. What do you think? Yeah, somewhere around there. Cool. And then we have our pillar. This may actually turn out okay. Nah, not really. It's still pretty bad. But we'll go ahead and at least buff that off. Get all that excess off down there. And take a look. What do we think? Any better? Not really. Not really. And that, my friends, is an old school home cleaning products detail. What do you think? Dane, any final thoughts? Any questions? Place is a mess. I didn't put the maid outfit on again, thank God. And I have a sock that has a very distinguished smell to it here on the table. I'm going to set that aside.
I mean, it looks like a giant pit stain, so I think you've done well. But yeah, no, as far as questions, comments, that kind of thing, obviously people have been reacting to the overall vibe of this new style live and like some of the stuff we're doing. Just so we're clear, not every episode of our lives is going to be us using household products. That's just one version of this thing. That's just us trying something out. But as far as that went, our toilet bowl brush, there was a lot of talk about toilet bowl brushes. I realized we didn't really go into it too much using anything like that during the process, but where could you have incorporated that you'd feel comfortable with?
Exhaust.
Okay. Like
I feel
fender wells, maybe?
Yeah, maybe fender wells. I feel like I could have shoved that into that pipe for sure, and I wouldn't have felt super bad about it. I mean, honestly, what I could have done is I could have taken a little bit of that baking soda, put it on the toilet brush, and I could have just ran it right inside that pipe there, and it probably would have been fine. I don't think it would have damaged anything.
All right. Yeah, DS with the looks fresh off the Nampa Buy Here, Pay Here lot. Actually,
it does.
to be clear, a lot of the Buy Here, Pay Here lots in Nampa that I've seen are just covered in dust, like not even washed. But as far as our process here goes today, how did you feel your efficiency was compared to like a regular wash? What was your experience, contrasting those two? Where did you see real hiccups? And where do you think that the people who try and claim household stuff is better are just full of it?
So your question is where was the biggest hiccups in efficiency when it came to actually cleaning with household chemicals? And what are some things that would deter people from the process of detailing their car because of the household chemicals? So my biggest hiccup here, I truthfully and honestly, I'm not kidding, was just the drying process. I mean, I could suffer through the wetting the car down with a hose. I can use Dawn dish soap as my soap. I can use the bad sponge. I can get through all that stuff. Where I have no give is in the towel drying. Having a towel that performs so bad when drying a vehicle, like that just irks me. It makes me want to not do it. And it's horrible. And I'm actually like targeting my inner teenager when I use bath towels, and I can remind myself of, wow, I hated that so much. It was so bad. So really the towels are going to be the biggest thing. So changing to a premium microfiber towel, especially a drying towel, there's a reason why drying towels are so popular, is because it eliminates that crap, which is amazing. The other thing that I think that I think would deter people in general would be just not knowing what's safe, right? There's a lot of question of like going like, well, what can I use this on this surface, or can I use this product on this, or can I use this product on this? And the uncertainty there is something that deters people as well, because if maybe they do have like this like wild hair where they go, you know what, I'm going to clean and learn how to detail my car for the first time. Well, maybe they just go, okay, well, let me just look at what I have in my cabinet and let me figure out what's safe and what I can use. But maybe that also is what makes them feel uneasy, or it makes them feel unconfident because they don't know if this is going to harm something or not. So that's why the importance of detailing chemicals that actually say what they're used for and what the purpose of them makes so much sense, because you have people out there that are learning how to detail a car, learning how to clean their car for the very first time, and they don't know that maybe, yeah, you can use Fabuloso diluted, on your interior. It's probably not going to be horrible, but they don't know if it's going to be safe. They don't know if it's going to remove the letters on their button switches and things like that. Same thing with Simple Green or whatever. So giving them an interior cleaner that says, hey, this is safe and this is tested and this is something that detailers and the industry has proven as being one of the best interior cleaners or the best carpet cleaners or the best so-and-so. So I think that there's a confidence thing that comes from detailing products in general, and that allows people to feel like they can do it themselves without taking it to a professional. Because what this whole entire process is, cleaning a vehicle with household cleaning products, this is one step away from calling your local detailer and having them do the job for you. And that's totally fine. That's great, actually, if they can separate themselves from saying, hey, the crap I have is just not going to do a good job. Like, this isn't going to cut it. I don't feel safe doing it. I'm going to hire a professional. Perfect. Because you know what? They probably won't mess your vehicle up. That is, unless they are using the same thing, right? Unless they are a weekend warrior internet detailer who will tell you that this stuff mixed with this stuff produces the same stuff that you can buy from Koch Chemie or Armor Detail Supply or whatever, because those guys literally have no idea what they're talking about, and don't let them convince you otherwise. So again, what's tried and true, what's tested by chemists who make detailing products. I mean, this is what's going to separate everything from everything else. And it's not to say that certain chemicals aren't utilized for other areas of certain industries. That happens all the time. But again, the tried and tested stuff is something that you want to have confidence in, and that's what makes the biggest difference. So my takeaway here is my tough spot was the towel stuff. I hated that, but I think a lot of people might get kind of, a hiccup or deterred when it comes to the safety and the efficiency and the effectiveness of certain household cleaners on vehicles.
No, I definitely appreciate you weighing in on that. I don't disagree with a single bit of it. We watched it all happen real time. And I know there's always going to be naysayers. People say, oh, I would have done this differently or whatever. But the reality is it didn't look fun. And Tamara here has a good point, because I see this come up too. Is it safer to just let your car be dirty and not wash it if you don't have, the right technique, tools, products to really get the results you want, and just let it be dirty until you can? Or should you just spit on your car to clean it? Because at least that's safer, right?
No, I would let it sit dirty. I mean, there's plenty of cases where I think it is better to let a car be dirty for a period of time rather than to cut corners. There's certain instances where you want to get certain things off of cars, whether it's road salt or things like that during the wintertime. But I mean, during let's just say the summer months or the dry months, and let's just say your car's filthy and it is filthy, rather than using the wrong products, it is best just to let it sit dirty. That is, as long as nobody's going up to your car and drawing things in the dirt, right? Or your kids aren't, leaning up against everything and grinding the dirt into the paint, then yeah, it's totally fine. I would just leave it until you can clean it properly and then call it good. But yeah, I don't know. I guess there's just people out there who they just think that anything's better than something. And I don't think that that's the case. I used to kind of feel that way about a lot of stuff and be like, anything's better than not doing anything at all. In some cases, yes. In some cases, no. Like, I will tell you the one trade-off there. You see a bird dropping, get it off no matter what. Any way you can. You see bird poop, do not wait. I don't care if you spit on it. I don't care if you take the shirt off your back. I don't care whatever you do. Get the bird dropping off the paint as soon as you see it, especially if it's fresh, because that's going to be the difference between etching your clear coat and not etching your clear coat. And so that is one, trade-off where I would take straight up the windshield fluid that they have at the gas station and the little things. I'd take that in a paper towel and I'd wipe the paint, because it's easier for me to polish out light scratches from something like that than it is to remove excess clear coat for a etching.
Yeah. And so I've got Ron here saying the next project should be a Lazarus Project style thing. Bring it back from the dead using pro products. Basically just find something that's really, really rough and see what you can do with it. We've done things like that before, but I know there's always opportunities around every corner. I did also have DS here saying he wants to hear from the sock puppet again. But more importantly, I just wanted to kind of take a moment to also point out you worked your butt off today, and I just want to say thank you for taking one for the team and doing a great job. And
thank you, Dane.
I also wanted to say, in regards to people who always feel like they have to, like, oh, I got to mix a thing that's maybe cheaper to make another product. I think a lot of times people just want to feel like they know some secret knowledge, or they're smarter than somebody else. Some kind of like one-upsmanship, some kind of like, it's like a psychological trick that people fall prey to a lot of, like, oh, I know something other people don't. And so they become like big advocates for it because it feels special. It feels like you have something that other people are just too blind to see, right? But a lot of times it's snake oil, it's a mix of stuff. It's frustrating. But anyway, I'll let you speak to that and we can round things out.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's chemistry in general when it comes to cleaning stuff. I mean, it can be very complex. It can also be very simple, depending on the chemist and the chemistry for the thing being cleaned. I mean, whatever's being created. But I've firsthand seen people who thought they knew more than chemists, here in this detailing industry, actually approach chemists in trade shows and be like, hey, I got questions for you, right? And then the chemist will absolutely annihilate this person, just absolutely humiliate this person in terms of knowledge. And it's very humbling to see that happen, because you get people who think they know a little bit, and they know some, I don't know, some kitchen sink chemistry and whatnot. But if you don't know and you think you know, then you're kind of more of a danger to yourself and other people than you think you are. So it really is best to have somebody who's trained to do this, who's been doing this for a long time, continue to make these products and don't really question it. But so there's a lot of stuff out there, a lot of information. Just take a little bit with grains of salt, and know that not everybody's trying to just sell you something or force something down your throat. That's really not how it works. But if there is new products, new advents in chemistry, which there is every single year, don't let anybody tell you that there's not new progressions in chemistry, because every single year there's new progressions that happen, and you're able to create better and cooler stuff or revise things to make them better, right? In some way, shape, or form. So I'll leave you with that. But I do want to grab Jimmy, because I technically need to film like a dedicated outro, because this is hopefully, maybe, good enough to become a YouTube video. So, Jimmy, here we go. Let's see if I got this. Yep, I can recap my experience for you, Glenn. All right, guys, so here's what I learned. Using household detailing products, household cleaning products, to detail your vehicle does not provide a good experience whatsoever. If anything, it made me hate cleaning my car, cleaning a car. I don't ever want to do that again. And it goes to show that detailing products are created with intent and purpose for this type of thing. Also to make it more therapeutic and to make it a more efficient and more exciting process that makes you happy, right? And it's satisfying. Versus using household cleaning stuff, it's not that a lot of the stuff didn't work, it's that the efficiency and the effectiveness of some of it for this is just not in alignment and just doesn't work. So my take here is that detailing products truly make the biggest difference in the world. And a lot of the stuff that we carry at theradcompany.com is stuff that is tried and tested by us as detailers that say, hey, this is going to provide a significantly better experience than what we showed you here earlier today with household cleaning chemicals. So make sure to check out theradcompany.com for all of your detailing needs, whether it's premium microfiber, chemicals, and or accessories. So as always, if you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see more, please make sure to give us a big thumbs up, subscribe down below for more, and stay tuned for more videos right here at The Rad Company. Thanks for watching. Nice. I think that was pretty good for a live outro, right?
Yeah, I enjoyed that. That was good.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can cut around that, you know.
Yeah, you can cut around it. I mean, it was probably pretty sloppy, but I mean, you know, do what you can. People think that we're not professionals here, but we are professionals. We do this sometimes.
Semi-pro.
Semi-pro. So, Dane, that is going to be it from myself over here. I do want to say thank you to everybody watching the live. Your contributions make a big difference, and we love seeing the direction and the feedback that you give.
No, wonderful. Thank you. And Anthony, you really did do a great job today. Once again, shouting out all of the insanity that took place in that room. We didn't quite get to the like goal, but you know what? I believe in you guys. You can do it next time. We made it difficult on purpose. We don't want it to be too easy. And I think Anthony is breathing a sigh of relief after that, too.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Take it away,
Anthony,
Dane.
we'll see you later. As for me, I want to tell you guys to be sure to check out the radcompany.com website, where you can always see what's going on around here. We've got the new ambassador program. We've got several other things in play. We've got new products popping up regularly. And of course, we just had our great big trade show, TRCMA, which you can go visit on the website as well, catch up on what you missed. But if you want to see shorter versions of the segments from that show, you'll also find them releasing right here on the Rad Company YouTube channel. So you'll be able to get the heads up when a new release happens if you are subscribed to the channel and you have your notification bell turned on. And as always, if you haven't done it already, please hit that like button. Helps get these videos out in front of more folks. And also remember that this video, yes, the one you just watched, the live stream, will be cut and put into a future video. So that's going to be a whole thing too, including your guys' contributions. So I hope we get to do this a lot more in the future. I had fun, and I sure hope you did too. So until the next time we do this, which shouldn't be too far away, I'll catch you on the next one.